Hello, Bloodies. Thank you for visiting the crypt, or office, of the Dead and Laughing Show, where the collection of stories is growing almost every night by souls just like yours. I'm glad to have you here as we delve into tales of the unexplainable and the unbelievable. Verses of shadows and specters, witches and weirdos. Did you hear that? Don't worry. Pay no mind to the entity in your area. It likes to wait until you're all alone. Now grab your cuddle corpse and say a prayer that you don't live in these moments. Welcome to Live with the Afterlife. Well, I hope this story gets the love it deserves. Oh, hello, Bloodies. I didn't hear you walk in. Sorry about that. I was a little bit into this piece that I'm doing. If you've seen the most recent episode of the Dead and Laughing Show, where it was a sneak peek of of a character that will appear in my second book. I know the first one isn't completely completed, is not fully finished, but I already have a story rolling in my mind. And the first one's already drawn out. The shading needs to just be finished, and that's mostly it. So the first one is mostly done. Second one, it's gonna take a little bit more time for that one. Obviously, I already have the drafts for the second one. I'm about halfway through for that one. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Oh, and if you've seen that one, if you've seen the episode, yeah, this is how she's going so far. I mean, not bad. She's supposed to be very, very attractive, very lovely. And if you piss her off, she's your worst goddamn nightmare. And I mean that literally. Hopefully you're here for that, but I know you're here for a story. Fair warning, this story does have to deal with harm against a child, which I was that child. This is my own personal experience. It wasn't something that was supernatural in any nature. It wasn't something that I couldn't explain. Actually, I really couldn't. I'm sorry, I take that one back. I couldn't explain why it happened, but a person did this, not an entity, not something that you wouldn't believe to be real. This was a regular man. This story is called Racetrack Strangling. Now, this took place when I was a lot younger. I believe I was 8 years old, around 8, 9-ish. My father was already dead. Mother still had her habits, and honestly, she was very neglectful towards me and my brothers. Very neglectful. Especially towards me, which I am the baby of the family, and my oldest brother. Don't know why, but that's the way it was. It was to the point where we were mainly being starved a lot. And before you say anything, like, nobody does that to their children, and nobody's that mean, you don't know my life. Just as I don't know yours. She used to do a lot worse than just starve us. In fact, this is not a joke, I still have to pop in a rib every now and then because of one of her actions. once in a while pops out, causes a large amount of pain, and I need to pop it back in order to feel any type of comfort. But this is not about that day. This, obviously, as the title suggests, was at a racetrack. A horse racetrack. I don't know if I should say the name of the racetrack. I don't even know if it's around anymore. I'll say it. It was at Los Alamitos racetrack. It was a really nice spot to go to. We were able to see the horses. I mean, hell, majority of my life would be at these racetracks. At Los Alamitos, Santa Anita. And you could say my mom had a gambling problem. My grandma, a little bit. There were days where she went, spent $1. Then she gave up because she didn't want to spend any more. Mom, different on the other hand. She wouldn't spend a lot of money, but since we didn't have a lot of money, she would spend what she could and almost end up being broke every time. There were moments where she felt a little generous. She got a little bit more money than she thought she would from the races. So she would say, I'm hungry. Let's go eat. Me, obviously, starving, even though I always went because I thought, well, maybe she'll buy food. Maybe we'll be able to eat. My grandmother was always very sweet towards me. And she would buy us like little things to snack on. If we were on the way, she would tell my mom to stop and get a Happy Meal or some shit, or stop and let's grab something small for me, or me and my brothers, whoever was there. The kids. Feed the children, basically. And half the time my mother would say yes. The other half would be lined with, no, we're good. No. They can eat when we're there. Like, but you don't want to feed them when we get there. Well, they could eat when we're there. And grandmother was right. Granny wasn't lying. Mother would let us starve. It's one of the reasons why I call her the devil. So, the devil would do that a lot. This day wasn't anything different. It was nothing special. Typical day of neglect, abuse, and honestly just not knowing what to do with myself, in particular as a little kid and trying to get food. I would take my own little notepad to draw because, as you can tell, I happily enjoyed it. I enjoyed sketching so much, I would take a notebook with me. I didn't care what it was, and pen majority of the time, since pencils were always getting stolen or broken. So, that would be me on that day. Nothing spectacular. Same thing from her, yelling. I wasn't really smacked around that day, luckily. But later on, this incident would take place for the rest of it. Because this day we went, I had my own little sketchbook, and at this point, I've already gone at least a day and a half with no food. Stomach was cramping, I was hurting. I remember the smell of cigarettes, the fumes of cigars, and just spilled beer, and just people yelling, walking by, smelling of shit, smelling of body odor, and just generally reeking. Smelling like they were born in a bar. And I remember just sitting there. I would get the program and fold it into paper airplanes or make like little finger covers look like I'm wearing claws or some shit. But this day, my stomach was in so much pain. I was sitting there crying. I told my mom if I can get a slice of pizza or a pretzel, because we would sit in front of the snack area, which honestly was torturous, and I think that's what that bitch was doing. It was torturous for us because I would sit there and smell the food, but I would never be able to afford it. A couple times my grandma would be generous while we're there, and like I said, she would be the one like, well, here, go ahead, get something. She'd give me $5 and I would go get a slice of pizza and a soda. The lady knew us by this point. We were going there for years. So the lady behind the counter knew us, and she sometimes would just give us a free soda. She would look at us like, just the pizza or just the pretzel or just whatever the fuck they had at that time, and she would remember, she would laugh, she would joke with us and be like, you know what, here, and she would give us a drink. She was very nice. This day though, Grandma didn't have any money. She didn't have any spare funds. She only played, I think, 2 to 3 races. That's it. Only 2 to 3 races. My fingers couldn't make up which way to go right now, if you're watching. And she told me, because I was sitting there, I was tearing up, crying. Somebody came up and went, hey, are you okay? Thinking I had a bad day. Then my mom yelled at me. I was being a bad kid. But really, I was crying because of stomach pains. Cramps, because I haven't eaten. My stomach just, oh God, I don't know how to explain it. If you've gone multiple days with no food, that's the way I felt on more than one occasion. And this day was no exception to those occasions. My stomach hurts and I was crying. So somebody seen. I'm like, hey buddy, are you okay? This old man probably just talking to me just to try to wiggle his way into my mom's pants. Fuck if I know. Because he was being extra nice to my mom after that. My mom didn't buy it. Never seen him again. But he gave me a piece of gum. He's like, here, you okay? Like, I get it. Yeah, I see what you're trying to do. But at that point, I was starving. I took that piece of gum and I ate it. I chewed it for a while. I ate that shit. Part of the wrapper was still on it. I didn't give a fuck. The foil. So I've seen where people complain about chewing foil and it hurts their teeth because their feelings in their teeth just hurt. They just hurt. I didn't give a fuck. I could still chew foil without being affected, even though I have feelings and whatnot. But at that point, I didn't even care. I didn't even think, oh, gotta peel it off. I ate the gum. I chewed it. I could taste the foil. I could taste the paper. I didn't care. I ate it, swallowed the gum, and I sat there and I'm just thinking, that's the only thing I've had in my stomach since, and I try to think about it. And finally my mom just gave in. She realized he's crying. He's gonna make a scene because he's in pain. Not thinking, oh, my child needs to eat. My child is hungry. Not thinking like that, just thinking, this fucker's gonna get me kicked out or in trouble. Which was a lot of her thoughts. I have to be honest, that was a lot of her thoughts. That this fucker's gonna get me in trouble. So, thinking that she's not gonna be able to bet on a couple of races, she finally gave up and gave me a couple bucks. Which at that point, I think it was a pretzel, it was like $1 something. So she's like, here, go get something to eat. I don't want to fucking hear anything from you again. Honestly, I was just happy to be able to eat. I didn't care that this bitch wasn't going to feed me later. I was just thinking, I'm going to get something in my belly. And I got up. I went to the counter, which at this point had 4 people in line. We weren't that far from it. We were literally backs facing the little snack area. And you could smell the food. It just fucked me up. It fucked me up mentally because I was just so hungry. And then getting a couple of bucks, I was like, oh God, yes, yes, yes. Who is it? It's that old lady. It's that older lady. She wasn't, I'll say she was, like, at that time, she must have been like late 50s, probably early 60s. But she was very sweet. She was a very sweet old lady. And I seen it was her, so I was thinking, oh, cool, maybe she'll give us a free drink. Maybe, as long as she doesn't get in trouble. I wasn't fucking thinking that part. I was thinking like, oh, cool, maybe she'll give us a free drink. So I got in line. I could hear the person in the front talking to her, saying they wanted a coffee, and I think it was like a popcorn or some shit. I just remember hearing coffee, and I just remember them saying like the price, how much. I think it was like $3 something. It was almost $4, and the guy in front of me, who was standing in front of me, was losing his shit. He was losing his goddamn mind. I didn't take that as a sign of anything. I've seen plenty of people at the racetracks lose their shit for losing races. Because they're there looking at the guys, viewing the program, and they're just going over everything, looking at the odds, and they're just like, yeah, this is going to do it, this is going to do it, this is going to do it, this is going to do it. And they just go ape shit, and this dude was one of them. I didn't have any interaction with any of those people before, other than saying, oh, excuse me, if I was on the way to see the horses that they would bring to the side, clean off their hooves, and see the jockeys, which I was surprised. They were all around my height. And I was a little kid, so I was thinking like, oh my God, is the floor lower than what I'm standing on? No, they're just fucking tiny. So it was honestly pretty cool to see all that, even though it smelled like a fucking barn. It was still cool to see all that, to pet the horses and whatnot. And just seeing those people, I didn't think about it. I had no thought about it because, like I said, by that point, I've seen a lot of people do that. They would have a beer, slam it to the ground outside, like screaming, motherfucker, I lost my money, fucking shit. They would just go off. This guy didn't have anything in his hands other than his tickets. He lost a race. He yelled out, you think he yelled out like, motherfucker, son of a bitch? Then he walked away. He was pissed. He was absolutely fuming. Me, being a kid, I was always told, well, hey, you got out of line, then that means you lost your spot. So I moved forward. I was right behind the next guy. I was thinking, oh man, should I get a popcorn? Should I get this or that? Oh, I only have this much. Okay, I can get that. Yeah, I can get this. Oh, I hope she gives me a free drink. I hope. Oh God, please. I was so excited. My mouth was watering thinking of the food that I can have, even though it's probably fucking stale scraps from the day before. I would just think I'm fucking hungry. Like this. Oh God, I'm gonna eat. I was excited. And you would think like, oh, you were a fat little kid. Finding out now the reason why I look like a fat kid is because I was starving. So pretty much bread, water. I ate at school, and yeah, made me look like a fat kid. But goddamn, at that point you would be excused to think, oh wow, look at that fat little kid excited for food. No, I was in pain and thinking about getting something to eat. When the man was ordering in front of me, I didn't hear footsteps coming up to me. I was standing in line, looking at the menu, feeling the change get hot in my hand. I looked down, the dollar getting a little bit like a little bit sweaty. You know what I mean? When you're holding money so fucking tight, you're like, yes, and just it's like, oh, I look, I'm like, oh, okay, it's good. I didn't hear him. I heard some people yelling, some people joyously getting loud, being happy that they won a race, that they won this race, that they got all 4 numbers, they got 2 numbers, they got 2 horses, they got 3, 4, mixture of these different emotions. That's all I heard. This man grabbed me by my shoulder, spun me around, and looked at me in the eyes. Split second, I felt his hands around my throat. He was shaking me pretty violently. I didn't know what to do. To be perfectly honest, I was stunned. It felt like if I was about to have an asthma attack, which, if you have asthma, you know how it feels when your airway starts to close and everything. That's the way it felt. But then I felt it completely close, and I was freaking the fuck out. So as I was standing there, he was shaking me, rattling me for dear fucking life. And I don't mean just like a quick little fucking shit. No, he got me and just straight up shook my ass for what felt like minutes. Which it could have been. He did that. And then he let me go. Remember him looking at me in my eyes, screaming at me, motherfucker. I didn't know what to do. Only thing I could do was just grab his fucking hands with the change of my hands of like dad, this little kid. As he let me go, he walked up to the change area. Not change area, what the fuck is wrong? He walked up to the snack area, and as he did that, he acted like nothing happened. I could hear the lady yelling at him, but it muffled for a second as I walked up to my mom and I was gathering my breath, gasping, crying, coughing, shaking. My mom thought I was having an asthma attack, and then she looked at my face and realized he's not having an asthma attack. This is when I actually see my mom be a mom. One of the rare moments that I actually seen this devil bitch act like a mom. She looked at me straight in the face. Split second decision, he's not having an asthma attack. Are you okay? What the fuck just happened to you? So me gasping, trying to speak, I was stunned. I had no way to properly say anything because my throat was fucking hurting me. Because I was shocked. I was honestly paralyzed because I couldn't say anything. Even when I tried, I was trying through tears, through just exasperated breathing, just oh shit, and I couldn't get the words out until finally she's like, just breathe, breathe, breathe. And I took a deep breath and I said, he. That's the only thing that could come out of my mouth was he. So as I pointed at him, finally shit starts to come to me, and I'm just realizing that lady's fucking yelling at him, just cursing him the fuck out. If you're working at a place and you decide to lose your shit at a customer, you could lose your job. This lady didn't give 2, 3, not even, nothing. She didn't give a fuck. She lost her shit and started yelling at him. Which, honestly, I don't blame her. Me being an adult now, I would lose my shit if I seen somebody doing that to a child. Probably worse. When my mom turned and seen him, she overheard him say, he got in the fucking line. He cut in front of me. His excuse. He cut in front of me. He got in line. So, my mom's putting two and two together, because even though she was fucking insane, she wasn't a fucking idiot. She got up, went up to him and turned his bitch ass around and started just yelling at him. She dragged me over. Like, what did you fucking do to my son? Which, honestly, my tone is a little low for that. She was loud as fuck. I could no longer hear the people yelling that they won or yelling that they lost or that they were announcing the fucking racehorses. I couldn't hear any of that. I could hear her yelling at this motherfucker. And this man wasn't in his 20s. He wasn't in his 30s. This man was in his at least mid to early 60s. The lady in the snack area was losing her shit, yelling at him too. And then he started yelling at my mom. And he tried to make an excuse for strangling me like that. My mom lost her shit. My grandma finally got up. She walked over. Did I just hear that? Like, did he just... What the... Grandma pulls me closer. She's pretty much just like guarding me. And my mom is full on raging. She puts her hands up like she's about to claw his fucking eyes out. And then she stops herself, pulls back, and starts yelling at him, pointing at him, telling him, how can you do this to a child? What did you do to my son? The lady was telling him, he strangled your boy. My mom lost her shit. She fucking, oh my God, she grabbed him by the shirt. The fuck is your problem? Like a dude. This tubby little fucker, not gonna lie, he had a grip. Fucker got me really fucking badly. But my mom, when she grabbed him by the collar, he shook like he was nothing. Like he was weightless. Like, what the fuck is your problem? And she let him go for a second. And security came over. A security guard. Actually, he's seen us for shit the years that we were going there. So he was basically watching me grow up. He would joke around saying, because me and my brothers, well, me and middle child were getting tall, that, hey, you guys should play football. You guys should do this. And he was always joking with us. This black dude lost his shit. I wish I could remember his name, because he was that guy. That guy was really a cool motherfucker. Really, he was an awesome fucking dude. He used to give us shit from the racehorses and everything too. But he came over. He seen me. He seen that I was crying, that I was choking still, and just not as crazily as when it first happened. But he seen me, saw the red around my neck forming, and he started questioning, what happened here? So my mom started yelling, and he's like, hold on, calm down, I can't get everything you're saying. And she went, okay, I'm sorry. This motherfucker just strangled my son. Oh, the security guard wanted to beat his ass. Oh, shit. He stopped and he went, what? Wait, what the fuck did I just hear? It's like, he just strangled my son. And that old piece of shit, his response still, well, he shouldn't have cut in line. He shouldn't have gotten in front of me. He shouldn't have, like, what the fuck is wrong? The security guard stopped and went, what the fuck is wrong with you? He shouldn't have cut in line. So because he cut in front of you, your response is to strangle him because you lost a fucking race? He's like, well, he shouldn't have done it. It's like, no. If you do that to anybody, she has a right to fuck you up. Are you fucking serious? The guy still stood his ground. Well, he shouldn't have done it. He shouldn't have gotten in front of me. He shouldn't have cut in front of me in line. It's like, what the fuck? So finally, the security guard stops, looks at the lady behind the snack area and is asking her, "Do you see it? Did you see what happened?" And she's like, "Yes." As the last customer walked away, I seen him with his hands around his throat, strangling him, shaking him, and yelling in his face. So I seen him walk out of the line. I seen him walk away. So the boy walked forward. I always see them. I seen him walk forward, and the security guard said, "Yeah, I know them as well. I've been seeing them come here for years. So, okay, so you know who they are? Yeah, I know who they are. Like whenever they can, they come over here and get something. All right, so you've seen everything. Okay." Looked at me and said, "Can you come with us?" I was like, "No, I didn't." Even though he was so nice to us, even though he was so fucking cool with us, I was so fucking paranoid at anybody that wasn't my mom or grandma at that time that I said no. Because I was just, I didn't know what to think. I was thinking, are they going to finish the job? When you're a kid, you start to think, just, if something happens, you start to think crazy shit. And this was an instance that was fucking insane, and I started to think, they're going to fucking finish the job. They're going to kill me. And then my mom looked at me, she went, come on. And she looked at me, where are you going to take us? Well, there's rooms, like security office, where we can talk about this more, and we're gonna call the cops. That guy was pissed. He was losing his shit. You're gonna call the fucking cops on me because he fucking walked in front of me and did this, and he stopped. He's like, you know what? Turn around. What? Turn around. Fucker didn't want to listen. So the security guard spun him. He went, no, fuck you. He turned around, handcuffs. Come on, dragged his bitch ass. As he dragged him over, he was like, just follow me. See another security guard. What the fuck's going on? He told him what happened. He's like, we have multiple witnesses. This man strangled that boy. And they looked at me and went, did he strangle you? And I was just right there, just finally catching my fucking breath, even though I was still crying and just that shit. I said, yeah. My voice was coming out strange, which I didn't realize was because I was just fucking strangled. My voice was coming out just like, yeah. And they were like, holy shit. Let's go. Take him. Went to the security office. Security guards took him to a separate room. And they took me and my mom and my grandma into a separate room. We were sitting down. By this point, I completely forgot about the cramps in my stomach. I completely forgot that I was fucking starving. It was just so out of fucking nowhere. I completely forgot about everything else. That was it. Just the moment that incident drowned out everything else. Even the devil, she didn't care if she lost the fucking race at that moment. She left her ticket. She's like, the fuck just happened? That was it. Went down there. They looked at me and went, what were you gonna get from over there? I told them I still had the fucking change in my hands. I still had the dollar, the fucking this, and I still had that. And I was like, oh. I put that down. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. They're like, oh, calm down. It's okay. Take a breath, take a breath. I was borderline about to freak the fuck out. Then they went, okay, so you were just gonna get whatever. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Would you like some hot chocolate? And fuck yeah. I looked, it was like, I didn't want to talk. My throat was hurting. So it was just like, yeah, just nodding my head. Yeah. My grandma looked at me and she was telling me in Spanish, like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I looked at her like, I don't speak Spanish. Honestly, because different reasoning, but I still don't understand a lot of Spanish. But I knew what she was telling me at that point, where she was like, are you okay? Are you okay? I looked at her and went, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I think that's all I could say is I'm okay. I didn't know how to properly say that. No, I'm not okay. This motherfucker just tried to kill me because he lost a race. Because he's been having a bad streak for that day. I almost fucking died. Which has happened a lot to me. There were a couple of cases that actually has gone past that point, but with this moment, it wasn't like that. When my grandma asked me that, I was like, yeah. My mom looked at me, and then she looked at my grandma. She started telling her in Spanish. She told me in English later on what she said. Because I asked her, I was bugging, like, what were you telling grandma? And she said that in Spanish at that moment when she was telling my grandma was, if I see that motherfucker outside, I'm gonna fucking kill him. I was like, holy shit. Obviously I didn't think that. I was a little bastard. But that was pretty much my reaction, like, oh my god. She was just flat out, I'm gonna fucking kill this bastard. If I see him outside, I'm gonna fucking kill him. I was like, whoa, really? She's like, you don't put your fucking hands on anybody's kids like that. You don't put your hands on anybody's kids like that. You don't put your hands on my kids. What the? Oh, she went. When I asked her that, she went off. not yelling at me, but she was just making that statement, like, you don't put your hands on anybody's kids. You don't do that. I guess for her, it was okay for her to do everything she did to us, but anybody else tried. Oh Lord, you were gonna fucking, I don't know. I know what that old bitch was capable of, and I don't underestimate it. A little bit after that, as I got the hot chocolate, I was sitting in there, and we were talking. They asked me what happened. I told them everything. I told them I was gonna get this. My mom got the change and the money by that point and put it in her fucking purse. But I told them that I was waiting in line. I had the change in my hand, and I was looking at what to order. I think I was gonna order this or maybe this. I wasn't sure. And I was just telling them that he started yelling. He started cursing, and he walked out of the line. So when he walked away, I looked over, and he kept going. He didn't turn around and come back. He kept going. So I went forward. I just moved ahead in line, and I was right behind the next customer, and I was thinking, I'm next. And then he turned me around and strangled me. They stopped. I never heard a room get that fucking quiet. Holy shit, I've had some moments where hearing somebody telling me something, it got quiet, and somebody had to break the silence. Nobody in that room wanted to break that silence. They didn't know what the fuck to say. They were stunned. I could see it in their faces. My mom, fucking furious. My grandma, mad? You could see in her face, she was mad, but she was more concerned. Like, are you okay? That's the main thing that she was looking at me. Like, are you okay? Like, that type of look. My mom looked at me, but I could tell that she wasn't mad at me, even though at that time I thought, oh God, she's mad at me. But that was more second nature, though. But I could see that she was pissed. As I said it, she just was like, she was just sitting there, just digging her nails into her palm. The security guards were telling me after that the police are on their way. We're trying to figure out what to do to him. It's up to you. Do you want to press charges? Do you want him to be banned for life? Because either way, I don't think he's going to be allowed back here. At that time, I didn't know what the fuck press charges were. Otherwise, I would have pressed charges. They looked at me, and I don't know why my mom, fucking the devil, looked at me. It's up to you. Like, up to me? Bitch, I think I was like 8. It's like, bitch, I'm 8. Like, I don't understand any of this. I think it was like, no, I think it was 9. It was a little bit after my dad died. I think I could have been 9. Either fucking which way, I was still too young to fucking realize what pressing charges was and everything that would have happened to him. As I was thinking about it, I told him that ban him for life. Because that's one thing the guy didn't want. Security guard told me straight up. He's like, this man wants to come back. He thinks that he's just going to be banned for a little bit. So the security guard left. The security guard that was cool with us, who was basically seeing us every single time we went, he looked at me and said, look, if it was my way, I'd take him out back. I didn't know what that meant. I had no idea what that meant. But he looked at me, he was like, he doesn't get it. My mom got it. My mom instantly I like the way you think. My grandma looked over and was like, well, at this moment, yeah. She just went, well, rubbed my shoulder and shit, like, ay. He told us, like, he thinks he's just going to get banned for a little bit. He thinks he's able to come back. Really, if I see him again, if I see him on my off days, he better hope I don't run into him when I'm not at work. Because right now I'm working. It was just crazy, and just to think, I told him flat out, ban him. Like, ban him? Ban him. He wants to come back here so badly. Ban him. So he doesn't come back. Ban him. Like, all right. Okay. Honestly, I having that feeling of that much power, I didn't even realize it at the time. I was just like, fuck this guy. He wants to come back? No. Why? So he could do it to somebody else? So he could strangle another kid? So he could strangle some little woman or some shit? So he could just get his hands on somebody else? No. Fuck this guy. Really? Should take him out back. Plug him twice. Or just beat the living shit out of him. But I was too young to even think about any of those. I was just thinking, like, no, he's going to come back. And what if he does it to somebody else? He already did it to me. He looked like he wanted to kill me. That fucking face, I still remember it. The look of anger and hatred. Like if I did something to him. A fucking kid. After that, after that was funny. They brought him in handcuffs. The police, not security, sheriffs, brought him in. I think they said he had a warrant or something, but they said something was gonna happen to him because of some other shit, and I didn't quite get it because at that moment I didn't give a fuck. I was mainly thinking I got hot chocolate. Shit, like my throat hurts, but this hot chocolate's fucking feeling pretty goddamn good. I heard them talking about it real fast, like, oh yeah, he's gonna be going away. He's gonna do this, and I just remember hearing them talk. I was like, what? He's gonna go away? He's not gonna be able to come back. He's going away. He's going to somewhere else. I didn't fucking realize he was going to jail. Either way, fucker deserved it. But the funny part was when they brought him back in. Holy shit. My mom gripped the table like she was about to flip it. They brought him in and told him to look at me in the face and tell me. Like, what? Honestly, I didn't think they were going to bring him in. I had no clue. I thought they're bringing him in. Why? Get rid of him. Take him away from me. I don't want to see this fucking guy. Let alone my mom and when my grandma got to see him the second time. Even though she had her hand on my shoulder, I felt her hand like grip a little bit. It was like, this motherfucker. And my grandma was one of those old ladies that had like the old lady nails, the long ones. And she had, I guess it runs in the family. We got thick fucking nails. So feeling that, I was like, ah. But when they brought him in, he went, tell him. He looked at me in the face and said, I'm sorry. You didn't deserve that. I didn't give a fuck if he apologized. He looked at me again and said, what do you want to do? I looked at that old bastard and I told him, ban him. They're like, what? This old fuck's reaction was, what? And you're like, and I said it again, ban him. This time my throat was getting a little bit better. I mean, the hot chocolate helped, I guess. Probably the warmth, maybe. But I said it. I was like, ban him. Like, what? He's like, you're banned for life. If you ever come back here, we will inform the police and you will be arrested again. And this time trespassed. You might go to jail for a lot longer. They're like, what? But what the fuck? And he was about to start cursing again at us. Security guard told him to shut the fuck up. The sheriff looked at me after hearing everything. He was like, motherfucker. He was still in handcuffs. He took him out. Come on. Like, wait, no, what? He dragged his ass out. Well, nope. Come on. He dragged his ass out. The security guard looked at us and went, you ever come back? He's like, I don't blame you if you don't want to come back. If you ever come back, don't worry, you're not going to see that guy again. And if you do, if you see him again, you make sure you tell one of us. You go to your mom. You tell your grandma or whoever the fuck. You go to whoever it is. And you tell them that this man is banned for life from here and he's not supposed to be here. If you have to, tell him what he did. Because that way, he gets fucking arrested. Again. They're just like, okay. Honestly, I was getting a little scared because he was really like, he was pissed. I could tell it wasn't towards me. But since he was so like, he was just straight up furious that this fucking guy did this shit. He was just like, if he does it again, you fucking do this. You alright? You do it. I was like, okay. I guess he could tell he was kind of freaking me out a little bit. He was like, I'm sorry. It's just, you look at my mom, I'm sorry. Look by my grandma and like, just, I can't stand that. I hate people who do that to children. He didn't deserve what just happened. He looked at me again and said, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to freak you out. It just That really does make my blood boil. I looked at him, not realizing it, but I told him, it's okay. Like, it's okay. It's okay. A little bit scared, but, I mean, hey, I just got fucking strangled. All because somebody else was losing their fucking mind, so I was a little bit antsy. I was a little, oh, shit. I know I'm joking around here and there when it comes down to this. I'm a little fucked up, so... I mean, not alcohol-wise or anything, or drug-related. It just... Yeah. Instances in my life have left me a little bit... I don't think I'm crazy, but I've been told I'm crazy. But I mean, I could laugh about this shit. Kind of. I can't laugh if it happens to somebody else. Honestly, if I were to see somebody doing that to a kid, I would lose my shit. I mean, that's just how I am. We did end up going back. We went back to the racetrack. The security guard was there. He was cool as fuck. He asked me how I was doing. After that, I think it was a couple times after that, a couple times it passed. He was like, "Hey, go to the snack area and tell him to give you some. Tell him it's on me." Really? I'm like, yeah, just go ahead. All right, don't worry about it. Just go ahead. Like, wow, really? And he was joking with us. We were laughing, and it was nice afterwards. After that, I didn't see him anymore. My mom stopped going to the racetrack because she didn't have enough money to do that. She only had enough to fuel her fucking habit. But just the fact that it happened, it's not one of those moments that it haunts me or anything, where it's like, oh, that guy gave me nightmares. I didn't get no fucking nightmares. I was fucking pissed. I was furious. This man strangled me because he lost a bet. Because he lost a $2 bet. He strangled me. Fucking ridiculous, right? That's why I said at the beginning of this, warning, this does have pretty much a violent act towards a child. I was that child. And it sucked. It really fucking sucked. For a while after that, I was extremely paranoid of people. I was already extremely paranoid of people. I mean, going from the desert, living in LA, dealing with kids who are being little bastards, little Napoleon complex fuckers for some goddamn reason, and just being paranoid that somebody's gonna fuck with me, and then it happens, and then thinking, okay, well, this person might do this person might do this. And it was during a time where more kids were getting picked up, more kids were getting abducted, and it was coming out in the news that, oh, your families are fucking dangerous, or your friends, and this and this. It's not only people you don't know, it's not only strangers. It's like, no shit. No shit, motherfucker. Because when it comes down to it, I mean, we found out young that even your family can do things to you. Even your family can cause harm to you. It doesn't always have to be a stranger. Even though we're raised stranger danger, which is perfectly valid. But it's not always a stranger. It could be a neighbor. It could be somebody at your church. It could be somebody who's a part of a religion you're in. Whatever the fuck it is. It could be somebody who works with your parents. It could be somebody who works with you. Somebody who's seen you. Somebody who's... It could be any fucking buddy. That's the point. And hearing that, pretty much growing up being told that, they're like, yeah, this can happen, this can happen, this can happen. And then finding out the reasons why we're told that is because they went through certain shit. And They know it can be family or it can be a stranger. It can be anyone. That's part of the reason why the devil never underestimated somebody's abilities to be a piece of shit. Even though she was a piece of shit, she still didn't underestimate anybody's ability of being a piece of shit. Now, don't get me wrong, she didn't underestimate that people can be good. But she just never underestimated people for what is possible. What they can or cannot do. She even had that with us. Her fucking kids. She even had that with all of us. But with that one, holy shit. She lost her fucking mind. Going home, seeing my brothers, and they were like, "Are you okay?" Because they've seen like the fucking hand marks and shit. They're like, "Are you okay?" Like, what happened? And my mom told them what happened. And they're like, "Really?" And my voice a little bit hoarse still. They're like, yeah, that happened. And they're like, who the, what? My oldest brother lost his fucking mind. Like, what the fuck? And yeah, like you're gonna fucking run into him. It would be fucking crazy if he did. But he was like, what the fuck? What happened? What did they do to him? And he was worried. The middle child was looking at me like, are you okay? Like, did that really happen? I'm like, that happened. Like, oh my god. Did you fight him? Did you beat him up? Like, what? I was a little kid, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what? I know. He fucking strangled me, and then he walked the fuck away. Then he went, no, not even walk away. He walked around me and went in line like nothing happened. So they were just like, holy shit. That happened at the place that you guys always fucking go. After that, the devil started trying to get us to learn how to pretty much protect ourselves. I mean, with reason. In the areas that we were around, not that we always lived in, but yeah, we were familiar with the ghetto. We were familiar with ghetto situations, ghetto folk. But Jesus fuck. If you're not aware, Los Alamitos is actually it's in a nice area. Nice spot. Big fucking area. I used to roam around there a lot. And I think it's not that far from the beach. I don't know if I remember. I remember being able to smell the beach, seeing seagulls and shit, feeling the cold air that would just pass by, and just it was comfy. It was nice. But that day has always fucking stuck with me. As you could tell. Yeah. And you know what? For some time I've been thinking about telling this story for Life with the Afterlife, but I wasn't so sure how to do it. How to bring it up. Since so many people of all different backgrounds get really weird when it comes down to stories that include children. Even my wife, even Ghoulie Julie was like, no, I don't think you should tell that story. I was like, why? She's like, because people get hurt. People get butthurt. People get their feelings all, oh, you shouldn't have told that. Why did you tell me that? I was like, bitch, it happened to me. And it's not a joke. It's not something that was made up or written down by somebody else. This wasn't anything that, oh, yeah, kid gets strangled. No. God damn it. It happened to me. It's a real fucking story. It's a real event that actually happened to me. Thinking about it now, it's still just like, God, how can somebody do that? I mean, you hear other stories where fucking murder documentaries and shit, and you ask the question, how the fuck can you do that to somebody? If the person deserves it, that's a different story. But but if it's a child, what did that child do to you? Like, what the fuck is your problem? I mean, I don't know. I probably will get shit over this story. Probably say, why would you tell a story like that? Why would you say something like that? Because it's better to let it out instead of holding it in, you fuck. Some people have told me that. Like, damn, man, that's a fucking downer. It's like, hey, you asked. You asked. Have you ever been through something like this? And then I tell you, and you tell me, why did you say it? You asked, bitch. Don't tell me. Don't give me shit over it. Ugh, fucking shit. Well, I hope you enjoy the story. Remember, you have children, take care of them. Don't be like the devil. In some cases, when it comes down to taking care of your kids, take care of your kids. Remember, they're your fucking children. They're not just objects. They're not just a reason for you to get a fucking income tax check or a reason to get food stamps or fucking cash aid. Because I've met people who have done that. And I give them shit. You're raising these little fuckers. Just take care of your kids. And make sure, like, they know how to take care of themselves to a certain point. I'm not saying, like, oh, give them a gun or anything. No. They're too small for that type of shit. But, I mean, hey, if somebody's trying to hurt you, go for a weak spot. Which, if the devil would have told me that then, I mean, I probably still wouldn't have done it because I was so much in shock. My initial thought was not, oh, I can hurt him. I can do this now. No, it was, what the fuck is going on? So I know I've been joking here and there during this story, but it's my way of coping. So, yeah. If you're one of the people who doesn't like stories like this, where something happens to a child, like I said, it happened to me. This actually happened. So, that's the fucking world we live in. You don't know who to trust. You don't know who the fuck would do anything to you or your family. It's crazy. But with that said, I still don't. I give a lot of people shit. I'm hopeful that people can be better, even though I've been proven otherwise that people can be stupid. Oh God, people can be fucking idiots. But not everybody can be a bad idiot, a terrible idiot. Some of them are fun. And some smart people can be fucking downright stupid as hell. So, I guess you could take away from this story is just be careful. Be careful with your family. Oh, man. I feel like I need a drink now. No, I'm not going to. It's a personal story. And it's fucked up. It's an actual event, so I figured, hey, why not? Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments on YouTube and Spotify. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought of it. If you've been through something like that, well, you don't have to tell me. You don't have to put it on so that way it could be a part of the show. That point, I understand it's more personal. Sometimes it fucks with you to bring it up, to think about it. I get it. If you want that, then feel free to reach out. You ain't alone when it comes down to abuse. The hands of those that care for you or the fucking strangers that you don't know. So, remember, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Make sure to keep up to date with everything dead and life and related by following on Instagram. Go join the Cadaver Bank Patreon. You get a lot of good stuff. Now for $1 and $5. Oh, Bloody's tier is $1. Best Bloody's, $5. You get a lot of good shit over there. A lot of artwork. Really, a lot of my own work that I create. You get all of the work for the stories of the artwork. I'm thinking about possibly making this available on there because the second book is going to be all digital. I am going to be doing like a draft, like hand sketching out a draft for the whole thing. But it's going to be digital. So when it comes down to an actual panel, this is the only one that's going to be made like this. Only one. So it might be up there, it might not, depending. Probably when the second book is finished. Maybe. We'll see. Now, I'm going to get back to this. Hopefully you have a pleasant fucking day. And if you don't, try to make it a pleasant motherfucking day. Now when you leave, don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. I don't want ass prints on my new door. If you know where that's from, you know where that's from. I love you. Bye, bloodies. Oh, fuck.